All right, today we're going to make this one probably a pretty quick one. This is a new auditor, and I want to just basically introduce him to you and show a couple of short clips. His channel is Freedom of the Press. I think this is this is his second video. So maybe go by and give him a little support, watch his videos, maybe subscribe, and hell, maybe he'll keep going. We could always use a new auditor. He seems to have what it takes, as best as I can tell right now. So, but watch this first guy on the first clip. Tell me what you think about him, because he comes across to me a little odd. So, I'm just going to get on with the video and in the introduction with this new auditor here. Thank you.
Hello, First Amendment fans. Today I am outside a cannabis dispensary called High Dispensary in Northridge, California. So we're going to hang out here on the public sidewalk where I am right now. As you can plainly see right there, I'm on the sidewalk, and we're going to see whether or not the people who frequent High as customers or the store employees will come out and bother me, or if they know that it's okay to record video in public, because we are. And just wants to get high. All right, looks like that guy got his stuff and now he's coming out the door. How you doing today?
Good. What are we doing today?
Just recording in public.
Yeah, nice. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Now, you're not going to use that against me because I'll find you.
You'll find me.
Yep.
And what will you do when you find me?
Well, no, nothing like that. But I mean, I'll find you and press charges.
You'll press charges on somebody recording in public.
No. If you're going to use that against me, is what I'm saying. That's all.
Against you, and how would I use it against you?
I don't know. It just seems kind of suspicious. Somebody out here filming people in a dispensary, that you might use it against them. So what's your purpose?
I'll tell you, because you're worried about it. I'm out here doing a First Amendment audit for freedom of the press.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, go ahead. What is it now?
This is a First Amendment audit for freedom of the press. So basically, I'm on a public sidewalk recording in public.
Yep.
And anything I can record in public, it's my First Amendment right.
Indeed. You're absolutely right.
So,
However, I know the law as well, and you cannot use that in an advertisement or in an erroneous situation in court or anything without the owner's consent. So I'm just curious. I mean,
well, there's no erroneous consent. This is just
sure. But what are you going to do
recording
with
in public?
What are you going to do with that information?
Well, we'll see. I'm not sure yet, but got no ill will here.
Well, that's the thing. I feel kind of offended that you're out here videoing people without their permission. I understand that you're on the sidewalk.
Do you realize I don't need permission in a public sidewalk?
Well, I know, but it's rude. That's all. You're being very rude, is what it is.
And what is rude about it?
Well, it's inconsiderate because you won't tell people what you're really doing, and it's just like people don't like that. That's all. Do you see where I'm coming from? I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but you understand where I'm coming from. It's like you start videotaping people. It's kind of offensive,
I just told you what I was doing. I'm standing here for my First Amendment right.
But how do I know
to record in public?
How do I know that that's what you're really doing? You could be full of shit.
Well, I just told you what I was doing.
I don't
it's
know
up to you whether or not you want to believe me.
I know, but that's the thing.
And do you always go up to strangers that you just meet on a sidewalk and start asking them questions?
Well, yeah, when they're videotaping me, sure.
Yeah?
Actually, I just want to know. Am I going to be a star?
You just might be.
It's like, am I going to be, a movie star or whatever? That's why I was curious. I was like, hey, put me on TV. You know what I mean? I'll come and act for you and shit. That's all. So I was like, oh, cool. Because I've done some commercials and stuff, and I was just curious. I was like, yeah, I'll do that for you. No worries.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it seems to me like with your say no to drugs, now you do realize that cannabis is a very, very effective medicine for people that have cancer. I'm not sure if you know that or not. I'm sure you don't, because I can tell you're pretty ignorant. But
I'm ignorant.
Well, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy, but I can tell you aren't either. But what I'm saying is,
Wow, really?
The cannabis is a very, very strong thing, medicine for people with cancer, and things like that. I don't see anything really wrong with it. Tell me what your issues are rather with that.
I'm wearing this to trigger people.
Oh no, I'm not, and I'm definitely. Don't get me wrong. I'm not triggered. I'm just curious where you're coming from. That's all.
I don't do any drugs. I don't drink.
Well, that's the thing.
But
real quick.
I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to.
But do you
just
think
stand on the sidewalk
do you think marijuana is a drug?
Of course it is. Everything. I mean, so is alcohol. If you really want to talk about it.
Well, true. And cigarettes, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you on that. But I just think it's so mellow because I don't drink. I have had my drinking days. I'm not going to lie, but drinking is just so hardcore to me. And this is like here's drinking. And here's marijuana way down here. As far as the effect goes, I can guarantee you half the people that do either or, right? They're not going to be able to function properly on an alcohol versus the cannabis. That's all. Because I always think people are not educated, and I feel that, with all due respect, I don't think you're educated in this area, well enough to say that it's really a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. You know what I mean? And I know you disagree, and that's fine. Everybody's got their opinion, right?
I don't agree or disagree.
Okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
just like I said, out here expressing a First Amendment right,
Gotcha.
freedom of the press, freedom
you're
of
fine.
speech.
You're okay, and
and
I'm
I'm
fine
seeing
with
how people react.
that. And I'm not mad. I was just more curious. I was like, hey, because I've done some skateboarding, surfing, and some commercials and stuff. I was like, hey, maybe he wants to freaking hire me or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm. I was like, oh, okay. But I see now. I don't want to offend you in any way, of course.
But you're not offending anything. You're
Okay,
not
good,
offending
good.
me
But
at all.
I don't want there's a lot of ignorant people, and that's why I said that statement. I don't mean to offend you, but ignorant isn't a bad thing. I'm terribly ignorant with a lot of things, But I don't want you to, promote, hate for people that use cannabis. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of good that comes out.
That's not what this is about.
Oh, okay, good. I appreciate that.
Yes. This is just trying to educate people if they're not educated about their rights.
Sure, I get you.
And, standing here for my own rights.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was just curious, like I said. So I'm going to take off, all right? What was your name?
Good citizen.
Just first name.
Good citizen.
My first name's Patrick.
Patrick, my name is Rich.
Rich, thank you, Rich. Thanks for your time.
You're
Thanks for being
welcome.
nice. Like I said, I don't want to come off as being a dick or anything, but I want to educate you and other people as well that, just because somebody does cannabis doesn't mean that they're going to be out killing people, raping, and you just see what I mean, causing trouble. Because there's a lot of good citizens, like my sister.
I would think they would be more chill if that was the case.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, because my sister, she uses the oil from her hips. She's had a hip replacement. She's like 70 years old, and she uses that for her, for that. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So I can't really see how people would think it's a bad thing. Do you see what I mean?
Of course.
That's all. For something like that, I think it's a wonderful thing. Cancer patients, how can you argue that if it helps a cancer patient, why not use it? You know what I mean? Now, of course, if you're selling it to kids or something like that, that's a totally different argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not cool. Obviously, yeah, that's not cool. But I'm a little concerned because I personally, I don't have a problem. But this neighborhood's not that great. I don't want to see some jerk come up and start assaulting me.
Well, that'll make a good video, won't it?
Yeah, I know. But you see my point, though? I mean,
but thank you for your concern.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah, all right, Rich. Well, you hang in there, all right? But try not. I'm not saying you are, but try not to judge people, though. Okay, that's all. Because there's a lot of good people out there, and just because they do cannabis doesn't mean that they're a horrible person. Do you know what I mean? I hope you can understand that.
If you can tell an audience of people watching this one thing that you would like to let everyone in the world know, what would it be?
About what? What do you mean? Like on what subject?
Whatever it may be. Well, you've tried to let people know that smoking or using cannabis is an acceptable thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
It's a helpful thing, right?
Yeah.
What else would you like to say?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I'm kind of at a loss, but but that just since you're talking about that, that's the only thing I'd have to say about that is that hey, there are a lot of good people, so I just don't want you to throw everybody into that cauldron of hate. And
that's not what this is about at all.
Yeah, but
like I said, the only thing we're here for is to stand here on a public sidewalk and express our First Amendment rights,
and
freedom of speech, freedom of press.
That's why I'm not mad. I hope I don't appear. I'm not mad at all. I hope I don't appear that way because I'm not a bit. Not a bit. Oh, it's like I said,
And it's to gauge
curious.
people's reactions
I
to
understand.
being recorded in public where you have no
Sure.
right to privacy. You have to create your own privacy in public. So that's what
the
this
thing.
is.
I'm not sure what the laws say about that. Again, that's my
I am.
ignorance. That's my ignorance. I
Yeah.
do know that
If you're in a public place, like a public sidewalk,
sure,
you have no expectation of privacy. Now,
I get you there. I get
if
you.
I was to go onto this driveway here,
That's
then that's private property,
I get you.
and I can be trespassed if I take one
Yeah,
step on
I
here.
get you.
You know,
Yeah,
if I
they're
walked
not
into
gonna
the
do it.
store.
Of course not.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But out here on a public sidewalk,
well, and that's the thing.
pretty much
yeah.
anything goes.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't really care. I hope that some hot woman sees me and says, "Hey, I want to date that guy." I doubt it, but maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but I'm just saying. No, but that's why I was saying I don't want you to fall into that ignorant. I hope you don't be insulted by me using that word, because I mean I'm ignorant with a lot of things, but it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. And if you're ignorant, it doesn't mean you're a bad person about certain things. But
Like I
please,
said, this
don't-
shirt
don't
is
throw.
it's just.
All right, that's enough. There's more to this interaction. So, and then there's another one with a security guard, another idiot security guard. Imagine that. So, stop by, show them your support, give them some likes, subscribe, do some commenting, show them some love. This is P&P News. I'm out of here. Thank you.